Welcome to the Marsh Awards for Excellence in Gallery Education, supported by the Marsh Christian Trust. I'm Sarah Campbell, a trustee of Engage. We are delighted to have been working with the Trust for a decade on these awards. And it's a pleasure to introduce Professor Rod Bugg, Ambassador for the Marsh Christian Trust, to present the awards.
Evening. This year's awards acknowledge the achievements of colleagues working in the sector and the very challenging year colleagues have experienced. The panel were very impressed by the standard of nominations. The Marsh Christian Trust have in response to this supported an additional award this year, bringing the total number of awards to be announced tonight to 8. The award with Engage is one of 30 awards the Trust runs in partnership with charitable organisations such as yourselves, acknowledging the amazing work of colleagues working across the third sector, giving their time and energy to support causes that they believe in. Each award winner will receive £500 towards their professional development. And I will announce each award and ask the nominator to speak, and we'll review a short film and meet each award winner in turn. The first of the Marsh Awards for the UK goes to Susan Darmali-Ibrek, Creative Learning Manager at Innova, nominated by Georgina Chatfield, Programme Manager, RSA Academies. And I'd like to invite Georgina to say a few words now.
Thank you, Rod. Thank you. Yes, hello, my name's Georgina and I nominated Susan. I'm absolutely thrilled that she's won this award tonight. I've been working with Susan for 3 years now on the Contemporary Art Space project, and in that time I've got to appreciate her wider education work with Innova and in her local community. Susan is a brilliant advocate for better representation in the visual arts of artists from all cultural backgrounds and practices that better reflect the society and world that we live in. Congratulations, Susan. This recognition is so wonderful and so important. And we're now going to watch a short video of Susan's work.
My name is Susan Darmali-Ibrek. I work as an independent producer and I manage Innova Creative Learning at the Institute of International Visual Arts. I feel so lucky to be able to do what I do. I work with incredible people, artists, curators, school children, community groups, teachers and many more. Each one pushes my thinking and project ambition a little further. I think arts education is more important now than ever. It serves a vital role in helping extend our thinking and understanding of the world around us. The work I do focuses on enabling individual and community voice, developing critical thinking and ensuring that each participant knows that they have a right to be seen and heard within the visual arts. I work with artists who reflect a true representation of our society, who lead with a depth of understanding, skill and a sense of social justice. This means that within the classroom or workshop space, participants can't help but absorb some of that understanding. At Innova, I often work with an integrated art and art therapy approach, delivering unique spaces for personal development and peer support within our emotional learning workshops, run in collaboration with A-Space Therapy Service. All of our education programs make use of our emotional learning cards and the specialist collection held in the Stuart Hall Library that offers over 10,000 volumes on international and transnational contemporary visual art. Our education projects are devised collaboratively and always look to support artist development. Our 10-week workshop programme Art Lab Plus works with years 4 to 6, creating a studio space in which pupils learn making, emotional learning and communication skills to help build confidence and broaden horizons. Outcomes include exhibitions and publications. Our work locally in Westminster has seen some amazing partnerships with community groups and artists. Working collaboratively, we have created zines, cut vinyl records and made space for faith groups to feel at home in accessing Innova's library space.
Our streets! Our streets! Our streets! Our home!
The Contemporary Art Space project with RSA Academies, based in the West Midlands, places an artist and an art therapist in schools to work with a collective of students. The artist is commissioned to create an artwork that builds from this interaction, which is then used as inspiration for teaching across the curriculum. In my own practice, I've been struck by the dramatic changes that my local area has gone through. Tottenham Now was a project that aimed to capture the spirit of the area and mark a moment in time. Working with new young artists from the local schools and design college, alongside established artists, we created installations, live performance, and an exhibition of work that celebrated heritage, creativity, and community. Our legacy piece, Together We Stand by Lequena, is now a permanent local feature. Continuing my own development as an artist educator, I co-convene a monthly art, research and learning group, which provides a non-hierarchical space for shared research development. And finally, my work as a silent director with the wonderful people at STEAM Labs also feeds into how I approach my role, one that aims to place partners and participants on an equal footing. I'm hugely indebted to all of my collaborators and partners who make my work possible. Receiving the Marsh Award for Excellence in Gallery Education is a real honour. This award reflects on the dedication and commitment to art and learning of all those that I partner with. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Susan. It's a very well-deserved winner. I wonder now whether you'd like to say a few words just to follow up on the film that we've just seen.
Thank you, Rod. Thanks very much. Yeah, firstly, a huge thank you to the Marsh Christian Trust and to Engage for this award. And thank you, Georgina Chatfield, for nominating me and being such a fantastic colleague. It means a great deal to be recognised for doing something that you love and that you believe so strongly in. I was overwhelmed to receive this award, in part as it made me stop and look back at what I've done and who I've collaborated with. I can't express how grateful I am for all those I've worked with in the past and work with now, each one dedicated to enabling and delivering creative and constructive projects that change lives. We all share a commitment to increasing access to the visual arts, making space for all voices to be heard, and building towards a more equitable and socially just society. I have to go full Oscars and say a huge thank you to my family, particularly Matt, Junior, Noisy and friends for their support, for their late night packing of workshop materials to carting around and helping to install exhibitions. I'm really excited for the opportunity to use this award to support the development of my independent work with the trip to Serbia, to work with colleagues on new pedagogical approaches. Thank you.
That's great. Thanks very much indeed. The second award for the UK goes to Hannah Gaunt, who's Learning and Engagement Manager at Turnpike, who's been nominated by Helen Stalker, Director of the Turnpike, and I would like to invite Helen to say a few words now. Helen.
Hi, hello. It's lovely to be here on such a positive occasion. My name's Helen and I nominated Hannah for her brilliant work with us at the Turnpike in Greater Manchester, a town where the social mobility prospects of its young people are ranked bottom in the entire country. So Hannah's work is absolutely crucial to the ambition and the voice of young people in Leigh. I'm delighted that she's been awarded this award in recognition of her pioneering, compassionate and impactful work. And now we're going to see Hannah's video.
I'm Hannah Gaunt. I work at the Turnpike in Leigh, Greater Manchester. I manage our programme of creative learning and engagement projects for families, young people and communities. Whilst the Brutalist building we call home is approaching its 50th anniversary, the organisation itself is quite young, and I feel really lucky that I've been able to learn and grow with the organisation and the rest of the team since joining in 2017. The Turnpike is more than a gallery. It's a space for experimentation and collaboration inside and outside of its walls. Our programme is cross-art form and has a strong focus on testing out approaches to co-creation, dialogue and exchange. We work with amazing artists who are supported to create ambitious and often long-term projects, whether it's writing songs together, creating installations, sound walks or sculptures. We are all about the process, all about playing, and all about the individual young person, resident or parent who has set out to discover something new. 2020 has been a testing year and also a time for reflection as a team. I am really pleased that we've continued to support artists, young people and our communities throughout the pandemic, adapting our approaches, being innovative with digital technology and finding new ways to work together, but also being caring and supportive of people's changing needs. As one of our brilliant volunteers said, we found a way out of no way, and I'm really proud of that. I would like to thank our exceptional director, Helen Stalker, for the nomination, and also the whole team, staff, volunteers, artists who make these projects possible. The award will be used to help me to further research into collaborative and socially engaged practices across the UK, which will hopefully help us to keep growing, learning and creating together in Lee.
Thanks very much, Hannah. Now I'd just like to ask you, Hannah, whether you would like to come forward and just say a few words.
Thank you. Yes, just a quick one really to say a massive thank you to the Marsh Christian Trust for this award and recognition, and a big thank you to my nominator, Helen Stalker. It really means a lot. Thank you.
Wonderful, thanks very much. And it's wonderful to see your video with people really working together on that project. Can we then move on, please, to the third award, again in the UK, which goes to Rubia Ula, Education Officer at the Grundy Art Gallery, who's nominated by Paulette Bryan, Curator at the Grundy Art Gallery. And I'd like to invite Paulette now to come forward and say a few words about her nomination.
Thank you, Rod. I speak on behalf of the whole Grundy team when I say how pleased we are to see Rubia receive this award. Ruby's commitment to listening, her respect for others, and her spirit of collaboration lead to meaningful encounters that have long-lasting legacy for those who take part. Thank you to everyone at the Marsh Awards for the recognition of Rubia's work, and congratulations again, Rubia, you deserve this. I hope you enjoy the video that Rubia has produced.
Hi, I'm Rubia, the Education Officer of the Grundy Art Gallery in Blackpool. I devise and deliver the Grundy's public programme, supporting audiences to think critically about art and artists and engage with exhibitions. I recruit and commission artists and develop a programme of activities for each exhibition, ranging from one-off workshops to artist talks and tours and longer-term projects. I work in the gallery and also off-site in local schools, youth centres and on local estates, amongst other places. I might go and talk about an exhibition to a group of young people or work with an artist off-site to deliver a workshop. I have developed partnerships with local groups and organisations, many who've never visited the gallery before. I work closely with several local schools each year for our annual school show exhibition, which involves commissioning an artist to go into schools, to deliver workshops, to create work that will then go on display in the gallery. I also work with the local college, Blackpool School of Arts, to deliver lectures to fine arts students. This has continued during lockdown. It is vital that the public programme is accessible to everyone, and I work with a wide range of diverse groups and individuals to ensure the gallery and the work we do is accessible to as many people as possible from all backgrounds and ages. I also work on longer term projects that might last for months. For a nationwide project with artist Katie Patterson, I worked off-site with children at the local Grange estate. I commissioned and worked with artist Kelly Jane Jones to develop a performance with the children that was inspired by Katie's work, which was delivered at the Grundy Art Gallery. I then invited the children to participate in Katie's project at the beach, with a poetry reading from a local artist to the opportunity to create sandcastles using Katie's specially created compostable buckets and spades. It's really enjoyable to be able to work with local children and young people and ensure they feel the gallery is accessible to them. There are many talented young sound and music producers in Blackpool, and I have delivered various workshops exploring sound and music. We have recently created a record from the results of workshop with artist Joe David Taylor and local workshop participants. I have continued to work on the public programme during lockdown, working with artists and audiences and exploring new ways of working. This has included an online playlist with newly commissioned sound works and an online drawing workshop with Turner Prize nominee Mark Titchener. I worked with artist Amber Kiyuni to develop a set of digital postcards that could be sent to loved ones during the lockdown period. I would like to thank Paulette Bryan, the Grundy's curator, for the nomination, and the Marsh Christian Trust and Engage for the award.
That's great. Thank you very much, Rubia. Would you like now to join us, Rubia, and just say a little more? It's great that you can join us.
Hi, can you see me?
We can indeed.
Thanks so much. I'd like to say thank you so much to Paulette, for our curator, for the nomination and for being so supportive and letting me be as experimental as I can be, and like let young people come into the gallery and take it over, and the Marsh Christian Trust for the award, which will be hugely supportive for me and what I'll be able to do with that, and Engage as well, and everyone else who supported me, like my mum. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, and congratulations. That's lovely to hear. Can we move on now, please, to the fourth award in the UK, which goes to Anna Arusi, who's engagement officer at the Thelma Hub, who is nominated by Ruth, curator manager at Thelma Hub. Gooding would now say. Ruth.
Hi there, thank you. The PhD team and I were delighted to nominate Anna for this prestigious award. Anna really has been shining of creativity, communities and Devon during the pandemic. She has driven, yes, literally driven our program from totally mode. We are very lucky to have Anna as our engagement officer, where she plays an invaluable role in curating learning and public programme at THG and out and about across the district. She goes above and beyond to engage partnerships, always sharing, listening and supporting so many individuals and groups. Thank you. Now let's watch Anna's fabulous film.
Thelma Hulbert Gallery, or THG, in Honiton is based in a Georgian building, the former home of artist Thelma Hulbert. We exhibit a collection of her work alongside a programme of contemporary art and craft exhibitions of local, regional and national importance, together with a coordinated learning programme. I have been in my current role of engagement officer at THG for over 6 years and have worked in gallery education for closer to 15 years now. I have long been a member of Engage, which has been a source of inspiration and guidance, as well as providing great opportunities for networking and CPD. It has been of real benefit to me to be a part of Engage, and it's a real honour to receive this award. I really enjoy my job, working with artists and exhibitions, researching the themes and processes in their artwork, which in turn inspires us to engage with particular artist practitioners to bring a deeper understanding of the exhibition to a particular group or setting. In recent years, we have enjoyed at the gallery a stronger connection with local and wider communities through a variety of groups, from memory cafes to the Children's Centre, primary schools through to university students, always ensuring our provision is inclusive and accessible. Like everywhere, having the ground pulled from under our feet last spring with the arrival of COVID-19 was very daunting. Having to close the gallery doors and then unpick all the plans we had in place was really hard. We had just launched a Tate Artist Room exhibition with the work of Richard Long and had set up an ambitious learning programme which all had to be paused and rethought. Thanks to the vision of Ruth, the manager-curator at THG, and the rest of the team, we were able to rework an old council display trailer and turn it into a creative cabin. This allowed us to share many of the engagements we had planned in a new way, working outside, allowing space for social distancing, minimal use of tools, ensuring that artists, workshop leaders and participants could interact safely and still have access to creativity. The potential for this element of THG's delivery is so exciting and means we can bring art and creativity to a whole range of new settings. It has been a totally joyous project to work on, certainly challenging at times, but to be able to bring something so positive back to our communities at a time when there is so much hardship has been a real delight. I am really thrilled to receive this award. It truly means a lot to gain the recognition, not just for me, but for the whole of the THG team and our colleagues in Wild East Devon and across East Devon District Council. None of this is possible without their support. It really is a team accolade and very greatly appreciated. I hope to use the award to formally research pathways of access to our cultural and countryside offers and what the hurdles are that obstruct access to certain parts of our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Anna. Perhaps now, Anna, you would like to say a few words as well.
Hi everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to thank the great team at the Thelma Hulbert Gallery, particularly Fiona and Ruth who nominated me, and also a big thanks to Engage for many years of support and inspiration, and I'm looking forward to many more. And of course I'm really grateful to the Marsh Christian Trust for setting up this award. It really means a lot to receive it, but I also really enjoyed the opportunity it gives to reflect on the good practice across our profession. I'm really honoured to be in such fabulous company, and I'm really excited to consider the prospects of what I could do with the CPD options, possibly applying for the Extend Leadership Programme. So yeah, just thanks very much.
Great, thank you very much indeed. Lovely to hear from you. Which takes us now to our fifth award. The fifth award, again in the UK, goes to Tiki Lowe, freelance artist making sense at CIC, who is nominated by Jeanette Phillips, and I would like to invite Jeanette to say a few words.
Hello, good evening. My name is Shoned and I'm from Rithing Craft Centre. We are delighted that our nominee Tiki Lowe has received this year's Marsh Award. Tiki fully deserves this for her commitment, dedication and outstanding work. She is an amazing creative practitioner, enabling all walks of life and all age groups to engage with the visual arts, offering a bespoke approach to workshops, events, training, accessible technology and interpretation. Tiki produces multisensory magic. In the fast-moving emergency we are living through, we are all having to constantly review and replan our learning programs. Tiki has demonstrated her ability to adapt and make exciting new opportunities for engagement activities. Her artistic focus on touch and interaction has ignited a spark which has shaped future work and accumulated in making sense as a community interest company. Tiki, keep making your wonderful work. Your creativity and talent are essential to the well-being of us all. Myself and Rithing Craft Centre cannot thank you enough. Congratulations, you fully deserve this award, and here is your film to tell us all why. Thank you.
My arts practice is all about exploring materials, sounds, and environments with all of the senses. Learning through play, sensory interaction and communication. Touch. This is the basis of my community interest company, Making Sense. Since April 2020, like so many, my existing projects came to a very abrupt halt. Initially, I couldn't see how I'd be able to continue working with communities and galleries without being able to interact. But it became clear that people needed this work more than ever. Care home staff and their residents were isolated. Adults with profound and multiple learning disabilities and their families were missing the routines of a day centre. Parents at home with babies and toddlers were running out of ideas. I knew I had to adapt and find ways to distract people from this difficult situation and engage with one another in meaningful ways. So I've been busier than ever, developing stimulating activities, preparing sensory objects, resources and materials. I've been collaborating with other artists, with musicians, galleries, dancers and the theatre to bring creativity, arts and culture and the feeling of being part of a community back into people's lives. The team at Ruthin Craft Centre has always been very supportive and open to my ideas, especially with Doyle Bach, the Little Hands session, which I love doing. Of course, it's not the same without human touch. The nuances of communicating with someone without speech or vision are so different when you're not in the room. And you realise how much you need feedback when you send a box of materials and ideas out to someone and you can't see how it's being received. But over the months, I've learned so much about how to build the right activities for each group, how to keep the senses at the heart of the work, and how best to support people from a distance. I want to thank Sinead and Philip from Ruthin Craft Centre for nominating me for a Marsh Award and for the opportunity to showcase the work I do with Making Sense CIC.
Thank you very much indeed, Tiki. Now it's your opportunity perhaps to say a little more about your project and how you're going to use your award. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like everyone else, over the last year, I've had to completely reinvent the way that I work. And I can now add logistics manager, box packer, filmmaker and delivery person to my CV. A special thanks to Sinead and the Ruthin Craft Centre, who have always been so supportive and given me the opportunity to develop my practice and the space to try out new things. I may be in isolation, but I haven't been working alone. My projects wouldn't have been possible without collaboration with many talented artists, musicians, designers, and the support from galleries, arts officers and service managers across North Wales. Winning a Marsh Award is a huge boost to my confidence and will raise the profile of my community interest company, Making Sense, so that I can continue to work with galleries and support people to explore arts and culture with all of their senses. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much too. That's great. Which now will take us to our 6th award, and the 6th award in the UK goes to 2 winners that will work together, Nassim Darby and Gemma Hobbs, creative leads at the Keithley Creative, who have been nominated by Claire Ackroyd, Learning and Outreach Manager at Bradford Museums and Galleries. Claire, perhaps you could say a little about your nominees.
Gosh, I'm very honoured to be in such good company. It's been really good to hear people so far. I'm Claire Ackroyd from Bradford, and I'm delighted that Gemma and Nassim have won this award. I've known them individually for a few years now, and more recently they've worked away as a duo at Keithley Creative, which is in the north of the Bradford district. And the arts, creative and cultural energy in Keithley has involved more people than just Gemma and Naseem, but I think the dynamic wouldn't have happened without them. So thank you, Engage, for this recognition, and let's watch the video. I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Naseem Darby.
And I'm Gemma Hobbs.
And we are both artists, educators and studio holders at Keith the Creative, a volunteer-led arts organisation in West Yorkshire. I create large sculpture drawings and installations for my studio, which are exhibited at museums and galleries across the country.
As a part of this work, I've been developing our educational and exhibition programmes, including building our gallery and the Orange Room, which is a classroom setup. Together, Naseem and I are volunteering as the creative leads for Keith the Creative. We want to say a big thank you to the Marsh Christian Trust and Engage for giving us this award.
It is great to be recognised for this award as a duo. Collaboration is at the heart of what we do. We want to help as many people as possible to get involved in the arts. We have been fortunate enough to work with the collections at our local museum, Cliff Castle, so to be nominated by Claire Ackroyd, Learning and Outreach Manager from Bradford Museums, is very special, and we look forward to future collaborations.
Keith the Creative has just achieved charitable status. This is a real milestone for us that means we now work with a brilliant board of trustees. And it's definitely a team endeavour, with artist studios, a gallery and even a yearly art and film festival being run. Naseem and I support the charity by developing and running new project ideas, creating opportunities to make, exhibit and talk about creative practices.
We're excited to see Keith the Creative develop into an art space that draws on the town's heritage and creates a vibrant project space for artists, schools and the wider community. There are so many possibilities. Throughout the crisis, we've been determined to keep Keith the Creative going, and last summer we secured Arts Council funding to run the Drawing Box project. Using our large windows as a performance space for drawing, we ran live from the gallery window, accompanied by a series of online workshops, family activities and social media participation. It was very hands-on. The determination of our community to be part of this and our insistence on trying to reach as many people as we could has reshaped the challenges of COVID into opportunities to take risks, make connections and learn new skills.
And the ideas keep coming, most recently through online art and story sessions for people in Keighley who are living with dementia. This is another fantastic opportunity to learn from our local communities and work with people during and beyond the crisis. We're proud of the fact that everything the charity does has come from public requests. The studios, gallery, festival and educational programmes have all developed from conversations with people who live locally and who want more for themselves and their town.
We want to create a genuinely inclusive and welcoming space, passing on creative and cultural ambition and confidence to local visitors, artists and young makers. Together with our communities and fellow organisations, we will continue to build a really exciting offer for Keighley. Thank you so much for recognising mine and Gemma's contributions to this. Working together is definitely the way forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Now I'm going to ask you both just to speak a little bit about your project and the way forward through the award. If I could ask Naseem to speak first, that would be great.
Hi everyone. I'd like to thank Claire Ackroyd for nominating us and to Engage and the Marsh Christian Trust for this award. Thank you. We are proud of our collaborative work, both as a duo with Keith the Creative, our neighbouring organisations, including Cliff Castle, and our brilliant Keighley community. We are particularly proud of our Drawing Box project and for getting resources and ideas out during a very challenging lockdown in 2020. We hope to make the project annual alongside a programme of other exciting ideas. Here's to 2021. Thank you.
Great. And now perhaps Gemma, if you're there. Oh, great.
Hi, thank you so much. It's just amazing to be here with so many other people and organisations doing things like we're doing, and it makes me want to reach out and say individual hellos to all of you and find out more about what you're doing. Me and Naseem are going to use the money to go to Yorkshire Sculpture Park and just have some research days at the Arts Education Archive they've got there. So that's going to be a great opportunity for both of us just to think about different ways of working in the future. Thank you to everyone.
Great, well, thank you very much. Very nice to hear about the collaborative work that you've both been doing, which is terrific. Now that brings us to the 7th award this evening, and that goes as an international award, which is going to go to Andrew Aitchison, artist educator at the Australian Centre for Contemporary Arts in Melbourne, Australia. And he is nominated by Felicia Pinchin-Hogg, Education Manager at the Australian Centre for Contemporary Art. And I'd like to invite Felicia to speak to that. Good evening from here.
Hello.
And a very early good morning to you in Melbourne. By my calculation, somewhere 4:30 in the morning. Is that right?
That's right. It's 5:07 here, but it's wonderful to be here with you all. I'm very excited.
For getting up quite so early.
Yeah, no worries. So hello everyone, my name is Felicia and I'm speaking to you all today from the lands of the Wurundjeri Woiwurrung people of the Kulin Nation in Naarm, Melbourne, Australia. It is my very great pleasure to introduce our fabulous artist educator, Andrew Aitchison, who I've nominated for you tonight, or this morning for us. For the last 5 years, Andrew has enthusiastically embraced all the challenges of communicating the incredibly complex ideas associated with Australian and international contemporary art and exhibitions to a really diverse array of students who are often experiencing contemporary art with us for the very first time. I'm so pleased that his innovative arts practice has been recognised with this fabulous honour. And now let's watch Andrew's video together, which I hope gives you some insights into his outstanding contributions to ACCA and the gallery education sector in Australia more broadly. Congratulations, Andrew, and thank you all very much.
My name's Andrew Aitchison and I'm the artist educator at the Australian Centre for Contemporary Art, also known as ACCA, located in inner city Melbourne. ACCA has been presenting exhibitions by international and Australian artists since 1983. I've been a practicing artist for 15 years and I qualified as a teacher 6 years ago. As artist educator, my role involves teaching a diverse community of students, gallery tours and talks, plus hands-on art making activities, and also outreach to regional schools to teach about the artworks at ACCA in those regional locations. Talk Think Public Art came about because at ACCA, when we change over exhibitions, there's a period where the gallery is closed to the public. I thought this was an opportunity to look for things that we could do outside of the gallery walls. The large yellow sculpture is by an artist called Ron Robertson Swan, and it's called Vault. It's the first artwork on the walking tour for Talk Think Public Art, and it's the sculpture that gave me the idea for the program. The resource features a lot of contextual information and historical information about distinct artworks, but also unpacks the process behind creating a public artwork from proposal through to model, through to eventual installation after engineering, taking into account safety considerations, all these kinds of unique features of making art for public space that one doesn't really need to contend with in a gallery environment. Its aim is to get students thinking about the unique challenges and rewards of working in public space and how they might engage with that as audience members, also commentators, but then also creators of artworks for public space. I'm thrilled to be receiving the Marsh Award for Excellence in Gallery Education, and I'd like to thank the Marsh Christian Trust and also Engage Scotland for that recognition. I'm going to use the prize money to visit colleagues in other institutions and learn from observing their practice firsthand so that I can broaden my range of approaches to gallery education practice.
Thank you very much indeed for that. And Andrew, Would you like to say a few words? I think you're with us. Yes, you are. That's brilliant. Lovely to see your work and the work you're doing over there. And welcome and good morning.
Thank you very much. I'd like to firstly thank the Marsh Christian Trust and Engage for this recognition. It's really wonderful to have my work recognised, and I think also just to concentrate on this sector of education, which is quite a niche, and seeing the kind of work that all the other awardees have been doing, it's really interesting to see this kind of work highlighted, I think. I also want to thank Felicia for nominating me and also for then being available to get up so very early this morning for this presentation. And also my colleagues at ACCA and the institution itself for allowing me the latitude in my role to research and develop the Talk Think Public Art program. As I said, I'm going to use the award to visit some colleagues and observe their work in other states in Australia and expand my practice that way. So yeah, thank you from very early morning Melbourne, Australia.
Brilliant, thanks very much indeed. So having concluded all of those works about work taking place during this year, we come to our final award, which is our 8th and final award for this year, which is the Lifetime Achievement Award. This evening that goes to Lindsay Fryer, Head of Learning at Tate Liverpool, who's nominated by Dr. Deborah Riding, Programme Manager for Children and Young People at Tate Liverpool. And I'd like to invite Deborah to speak now about her nominee, and we will then watch the film that Deborah or actually that Lindsay's put together. Deborah.
Thank you, Rod. Hello, everybody. I was delighted to nominate Lindsay for this Lifetime Achievement Award on behalf of all of her team at Tate Liverpool. I've worked with Lindsay for nearly 20 years, and although she's had such a high profile in the sector, she's always been inclusive and supportive with everyone she works with. She has tremendous and unfailing energy and positivity, and has been a real champion of the artist role in society and a passionate and influential force in gallery education. Lindsay and I share many values, ideas and concerns, but more importantly, a love of the band Blondie. So many congratulations, Lindsay, from all of your Tate Liverpool colleagues. We wish you were here with us in the flesh. We are always touched by your presence, and I'm sure we will all be in rapture as we watch the film you've put together for us tonight.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Fryer, Head of Learning at Tate Liverpool. And I'm delighted and honoured to receive the Marsh Lifetime Achievement Award from Engage. Thank you, Engage, and thank you to my colleagues at Tate Liverpool. I'm filming this from my kitchen in the middle of the 3rd COVID lockdown. Tate Liverpool is closed and most of the staff are furloughed. Because of this, I apologise that I'm not able to show you some of the work that we do at Tate Liverpool. But I would like to describe my gallery education journey with you. My journey began in 1984 as a young mum with 2 little boys studying art history and literature with the Open University after dropping out of art school. Living in Bristol at the time, I began working at Arnolfini, engaging the public in conversations about contemporary art. At this time, this was a very new venture. Working full-time from 1990, I developed an education strategy and grew more knowledgeable about our complex and hybrid practice of gallery education. I met like-minded people from all over the country and learned a great deal from them too. At this time, NAGE, the National Association of Gallery Education, did exist. But working together with some amazing people, we rebranded and co-founded what we now know as Engage. I became a Southwest Area rep and subsequently became vice chair. By this time, Engage was a well-respected professional association with members across the UK. But we were also gaining attention from other countries across Europe and as far afield as Australia and Japan. They were keen to develop their own gallery education practice in their own countries and examine not only our practice, but how we established a growing membership with annual conferences, training and professional development, and the Engage Journal. In 1997 into 98, I represented Engage members on a programme of research and committee meetings commissioned by the Department of Culture, Media and Sport and the Department of Education, and chaired by the late Sir Ken Robinson. We produced All Our Futures, and that report was published in about 1999. My contribution to that report was the Creative Partnerships chapter, which was subsequently taken on by government as Creative Partnerships, a government-funded scheme that many of you would have had experience of. As the report was published, I moved to Taylor Pool. At that time, exhibitions and learning curators worked closely together as curatorial pairs in an integrated way, initiating and delivering collections and exhibitions, as well as learning programs and interpretation, each recognising the other's experience and expertise, but always working in collaboration. From those early days, collaboration, co-curation, co-production, co-design, through art and creative learning has been at the heart of our gallery education practice. Ensuring that this work is visible to audiences in the gallery spaces is an essential part of what we do. Positive mental health and well-being outcomes run through everything we do, working over many years with Merseycare NHS Trust and other partners who support the well-being of children, young people and adults. So Engage has been a career-defining organisation for me. I've learned much from all of my colleagues throughout. I would like to pay tribute now and give my deepest thanks to my passionate, dedicated, experienced and resilient but utterly brilliant team, including all of those artists who co-design and deliver our programmes with us. Because if it wasn't for their creativity and their expertise, I wouldn't be receiving this award. I thank them with all my heart. And I wish you a happy, healthy and safe 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Lindsay. That was great to hear. And to hear a very well-deserved honour going to you for a career in your profession, which has seen an amazing flowering of talent that we've seen this evening. Would you like now to say a few words to everybody who's attending this evening?
Thank you so much, Rod. I'm honoured and delighted to receive this Lifetime Achievement Award. And wow, 38 years, has it really been that long? Thank you to the Marsh Christian Trust and thank you to Engage, who together really shine a light on the tremendous work of gallery educators across the country and, as we've seen, internationally. And thank you too to my colleague Deborah for nominating me. I'd also like to congratulate all those wonderful colleagues who have received awards this evening, and I raise my glass to you with my fizz. I'd also like to say that in this rapidly changing world, we've had to adapt our work into the digital realm over the last year and in periods of COVID lockdown. But we've also had to be mindful of those who are in most need and not connected digitally, ensuring that particularly young people and families receive their art packs in their own homes so that they can kind of enjoy that kind of creativity in their own way. Our work in gallery education is about bringing people and art together, and that is the strapline of Engage. And I'm sure that we'll be able to do this in our galleries and communities in the not too distant future. I would like to donate my award to a young person for their own professional development, and I'll work with Deborah on the best way to do this. And lastly, I would like to thank my amazing team and all of the artists and the partners who work with us for their passion, dedication, creativity and expertise. This award is also your award. Thank you.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Lindsay. I can only reinforce what you've just said, that first of all, thank you for all you've just said, and congratulations. I join with you in congratulating all the award winners tonight. It's been an exemplary range of people who've won these awards. I think it's a huge tribute to Engage, to just year on year see the outstanding quality of work which has gone on. I'm reluctant to say more about the lockdown because we all talk about it so much, but just the way that Engage members have responded to what's been an extraordinarily difficult year and is looking, I'm afraid, going to go on for rather longer, but just the adaptability of how everybody has engaged and created opportunities for the communities you're working with has been quite extraordinary. And all of the work that we've been seeing has just worked so well, and to see the way the communities you're working with have picked up and responded to everything that you facilitated has been quite exceptional. And I just take my hat off to you all. I think it's absolutely brilliant. So thank you all so much. And it's just been a really rewarding evening to see all of the films, the videos, and to hear you all talking about the work that you're doing. And I mustn't go on any longer, but other than to say that my task is just to say that this concludes the awards for this year. But I do have two things to ask of you all. In my little script that Lily has so kindly provided with me, it now says, then press pictures. Ask all the winners to turn on their camera for a screenshot of all the winners, and then not to go away, because they would then like a screenshot of all the winners with me and with Sarah, and I think with Lily as well, as she's done so much work to get this whole event to take place this evening, so that we have two pictures that she can use for press or whatever nefarious purposes she has in mind. And to say thank you all, thank you Jane, thank you to everybody at Engage, but this is the moment for all of you to appear on the screen so that you are recorded for posterity. Fingers crossed that you're all still with us. Are you there, Lily, to take control?
Hi, I'm here. Can I ask Sarah Campbell to come on too?
Sorry, Lily, I can't start my video.
I'm just coming to you, Hannah, sorry. I think we have everyone. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to turn myself off. If everyone could smile, I will take the first picture.
You want me to go away?
No, I would like you here for the first one, please, Rod. Wonderful. Thank you so much. And then Sarah, if you could hide your camera again, and Rod, I'll say goodbye to you if you could turn your camera off.
I'll try.
Okay, and just winners, smile again. Wonderful, thank you so much. I might just take that one again if that's okay. It's definitely the most professional press pictures I've ever looked. Wonderful, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, and I will pass over to Sarah Campbell.
So thank you very much, Rod, for announcing the awards, and once again to the Marsh Christian Trust for your ongoing support. Thank you all for joining us this evening, and do please watch the films on the website and nominate colleagues for the next round of awards. So have a good evening, and huge congratulations to all the winners tonight.